Hello everyone, and welcome back to my first playthrough of Trails in the Sky the Third. In the last episode, we beat the stupid spider bosses and Chapter 5, so in this one we're going to be starting at the beginning of Chapter 6. You've reached the Emerald City Church. How may I help you? Oh, is that you, Kevin? I didn't think you'd be there already, so I was just going to leave a message with the priest. Oh, hey Rufina. Yeah, I got here late this morning. How about you? When do you think you'll be getting here? I'm going to be a little late, I'm afraid. There's been an accident or something, so the train's been delayed. I probably won't be getting there until this evening now. Gotcha. I'll wait here till you arrive. I think Reese and the kids would get all bent out of shape if I showed up without you. Oh, please. I'm sure you're just exaggerating. Although, speaking of Reese, I hope you've been thinking about how you're going to cheer her up. I've got it all planned out. I've been stocking up on souvenirs from every mission I've been going on. Should be enough to snap her out of her funk. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Girls her age are more complex than you think. Yeah? I guess she's not really a kid anymore now that she's 13, but still. Actually, that's about how old you were when we first met, right? Now that you mention it, it was. How time flies. Sorry, it looks like the train's about ready to leave. I'm going to have to go. I'll see you later then, alright? If you get bored of waiting, you're welcome to go on home ahead of me, of course. Got it. See you later. Man, how time flies is right. Have I really not been home in 2 years? And I guess that makes 9 since I met Rufina. I hope Reese isn't too grumpy when we finally get there. Kevin! What is it, Father? Has something bad happened? Well, I've just received word that someone spotted a group of men dressed in all black at the edge of town. What's worse is, they were supposedly heading for the mountain path. You don't think... If they were, Astor House must be their target, I fear. Do you have any idea what could be going on? I wish I did. I doubt it's anything to do with the Gralsweir, at least. I think I should go and check it out, just in case. Please do. Oh, do you know when Rufina's going to be arriving, by the way? This evening, by the sound of it. She said her train's been delayed. When she arrives, can you let her know what happened? Damn it. Jaegers? Seems like there's anywhere between 5 and 10 of them. But what could they want with a gospel facility to begin with? The longer they're allowed to be in there, the more danger the kids are in. I'm gonna have to try and handle this alone. It's time to put my combat skills to good use. Guardians Trials. Celeste? Wasn't that the name we saw in those data crystals? That's right. According to those, she was the de facto leader of the group of ancients who sealed away the Oriole. She was also the founder of Laverel's current royal family. I'm glad to see the information I left behind ended up proving useful to someone. It really did. So then, you're really the founder of Laverel's royal family? Not technically. I'm not the real Celeste Diosles. Think of me as something of a shadow. Or a partial copy her personality created in order to influence Phantasma from within. How can you only be a partial copy? The truth behind you is apparently more complicated than we thought, yes it is. You don't appear to be a spirit of some kind, though. I see that now. That is correct. Before I try to explain just what I am, I should probably tell you more about what the world we are in is first. You can do that? This should be interesting. Finally, all the information we've been missing. As you're aware, the land in which you stand is called Phantasma. This is a world belonging to a higher plane of existence, created several thousands of years ago by the Oriole. Its purpose was to act as a subsystem for the Oriole in order to incorporate and process the will of the Liber Arc's populace. One might call it a self-organized world designed to realize countless possible others as necessary. Okay, I think I get it. Pardon? You've lost me. Yeah. Isn't there a simpler way to explain this? Well, the Oriole was all about wish fulfillment, basically. So that makes sense. Well, while not technically correct, perhaps you could think of it this way. Phantasma is like a fictitious realm created by the Oriole in order to fulfill humanity's every wish and desire. That's better. What exactly qualifies Phantasma as fictitious? I can't help but think it far too real to be a land of pure fantasy. When I say a fictitious world, I don't mean to suggest that Phantasma is a complete lie. It's more like a shadowgraph or kaleidoscope. It has its own laws and can change to reflect countless different possibilities. Does this make the concept any easier for you to understand? Somewhat, yes. And suddenly the name Phantasma seems that much more appropriate. As I stated previously, it was a subsystem of the Oriole, rather than being the Oriole itself, and it helped to grant people's desires. They were separate entities, but effectively like two sides of the same coin. The relationship caught our eye as we were devising the sealing mechanism. You mean the mechanism used to seal away the Oriole? That was also in those data crystals left behind. Exactly. At first, we thought our plan would be impossible to execute. After all, the Oriole had absolute control over space itself and was able to influence mankind's every action. Even after coming upon the idea of temporally freezing it and imprisoning it with a gravity barrier, we had no way to implement our plans. Without that, they were simply ideas with no real meaning. We were effectively at a total loss. You had discovered your foe's weakness, but had no way to take advantage of it. That must have been quite the frustrating predicament. Indeed. And yet, our perseverance rewarded us with the development of something that could take advantage of that weakness. The Recluse Cube. Is that what this is known as, then? Yes. That is the only object in existence able to interact with Phantasma without relying on the Oriole as an intermediary. Celeste used that to create a partial copy of her personality, that is me, inside Phantasma. And once inside, I began working to sabotage Phantasma's functionality by using this garden as my base of operations. As a result of my efforts, the Oriole's processing ability was hindered just long enough for the plan to be executed. He who catches his foe off guard wins the battle. The same principle applies to martial arts too. It sounds like you really put a lot of thought into planning everything. Maybe, but I can't deny that luck played a part in the end. Once the Oriole was sealed away, my work was done, and I fell into a deep sleep here. My reason being that if the Oriole were ever unsealed, I might be able to provide assistance to the people of that time. I'm pleased you've been able to handle it just fine without my help, however. Luck's played a huge part for us too, though. We're not even sure where the Oriole is now. As far as we're aware, it disappeared during all that happened at the Liber Arc. I thought as much. I was able to confirm the Oriole's disappearance from here within Phantasma, too. When I did so, I thought my purpose for existing was finally over, and that all that was left for me and this land was to embrace a slow and peaceful destruction. But that was not to be. Soon, the Lord of Phantasma appeared. So that's when it happened. Quite a recent development, I see. The Lord of Phantasma appeared out of nowhere, stealing all of my power before I was even aware what happened. After doing so, they began to remake Phantasma in accordance to their own designs. Both this world's current structure and the planes that make it up were all the Lord of Phantasma's creations. Looks like your theory was correct, Ren. Still, that makes it sound like... yeah. So you don't know who that masked bastard is either, then? I'm afraid not. Their every action thus far has been a mystery. Ordinarily, they should not have been able to gain access to this world in the first place. and I'm afraid I have no idea what they are trying to achieve by bringing all of you in here and testing you. Well, that's a shame. Yeah, that's the part we want to know most of all. I only wish I could be of more help. The only other thing I can say about them is that I suspect the Lord of Phantasma is currently in the 7th plane. There's a 7th? What makes you think that? That was the first plane they created after appearing in this world. Just what kind of a place that plane is, I don't know. But I can sense dark, inhuman thoughts from there, and they're spreading out across the whole of Phantasma. That doesn't sound good. Then we'll be seeing them after the next one, won't we? Yeah. We just finished the 5th when we came back here. Presuming they're waiting for us on the 7th, the time to fight them head-on may not be that far off. I was getting tired of waiting. As was I. It seems the end may finally be in sight. Now, if only we had some sort of inkling as to what the Lord of Phantasma is trying to achieve. Actually, I just might. Kevin? Is he back? He's back. Kevin? You're up. It's good to see you again, Father. Oh, it's so weird to call him Father. He's Kevin. You too. Wasn't expecting you of all people to get an invitation here. Or you, for that matter, little lady. I'm sure you weren't. I've got something I want to ask you, but I suppose that can wait until later. For sure. Are you sure you're feeling all right? Bright as rain. I'm feeling just great. All that sleep must have done me a lot of good. And I see you guys made a whole lot of progress while I was out cold, too. Yeah. Hey, I'm Kevin Grimm. Or maybe I don't need to introduce myself, since you seem to know a thing or two about everyone who's come in here so far. True. I was able to tell what was happening at the Liber Arc from the garden. And out of all the people here, you are the one closest to the truth of what is happening here. Am I wrong? What? No, I don't think you are. I can't pretend to be much of an expert on what Phantasma itself is, but I've got a pretty good idea as to who's responsible for all of this. I can only think of one person twisted enough to put us through all that we've been through. Wait, is it someone you know? You could say that, yeah. The short version is, they're a real piece of work. A cunning, arrogant, cold-hearted son of a bitch who doesn't even see people as people. That about sums up who we're dealing with. Sounds like a real awful guy. And who, may I ask, is it that you're talking about? Well, about that. Would you be willing to wait just a bit longer for the answer to that one? No! No, I would not. I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I'm still missing one last thing that'll let me be completely certain. And I think we'll find out just what that is in the 6th plane. And here I thought we were finally going to get an answer. Is there a reason you can't share your theory as is? Yeah. I realize I'm asking a lot after we've come so far, but I promise that as soon as I know for sure, I'll talk. I swear on the goddess's name and on the church's emblem. Well, I don't see any reason to say no. Likewise, he's clearly got his reasons. It's not often you ask us for favors, so I can let it slide. No problem here. If he says wait, I'll wait. I feel as though we can trust your judgment, Kevin, so I have no objections either. Me neither. I don't really care, as long as I get to have my fun. That sounds about right. I believe we're all in agreement then? Yep, consider this one settled. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Anyway, now that I'm up, I'm also down to take lead again, and I'd appreciate it if you backed me up. No problem. It seems like you're all ready to move on. While you're advancing through the 6th plane, I'll do all that I can on my end to find out more about the 7th. Of course, if you need my support, I'll be happy to provide it through the cube and the monuments as I always have. Now that you mention it, we haven't really thanked you for all the help you've given us since we got here, have we? Thanks, Celeste. We couldn't have done this without you. We truly are in your debt. Please, think nothing of it. I am but a shadow, placed here with a duty to fulfill. I believe helping you to be part of that duty. If I may, allow me to help you however I can. Will do. We're not going to turn down the help. Sorry for worrying you too, Reese. And I'm just fine now. So please, just leave everything to me. I'm begging you. Only if you promise me one thing. What is it? I won't make you promise not to put yourself in danger, or to overdo it. But don't do anything that would make Rufina sad. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's... you really know how to hit a guy where it hurts, don't you? So, will you promise? Yeah, I promise. I swear on her name, I won't. Oh, okay. I have a free party now. Other than Kevin. I don't know who I want. I'm leaning towards Estelle, Chloe, and Ren. Although I need to work on everybody's orbments again, I think.
Here we go! Right.
Because I don't know who I have, or what I want, or what they have. I myself am but a shadow bound by the loss of Phantasma. As such, I'm afraid I'm limited in what I can do. But I'll be sure to do all I can to support you in your efforts. Okay. What is there currently to buy? I was going to say what can I buy, but I cannot buy anything. I have 600 Mira. But is there anything here that I would even want, or do I currently have the highest? Looks like I currently have the highest, other than a new scythe for Ren, which improves it by like 105. Oh yeah, I suppose he still has kind of stinky stuff, because I haven't had him for a while. He still has level 4 for most of his stuff. Other than EP cut, impede. Am I already using all the other gems? I don't even know. So I do have other ones, right? Yeah, I have Sapphire there. Not sure why I have Ren so strongly on healing, but I do. She has Sapphire and Emerald. Oh yeah, that's why I didn't program these. These are what she came with. She has pretty strong ones as is. Oof. Lateral? I can get that? I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't think there's anything currently that I would want to give her. That's gonna change this to Yin Yang. It doesn't really help much. I have no idea what I want right now is the problem. Like, not a clue. It's basically action 5. I guess I could give him that. Wow, this is always one of my biggest downfalls. It's like, I don't actually know what I want my people to do. I need to upgrade that slot, though. I might have to spend some time thinking about, like, what I actually want people to do. Because I want some of this stuff, I think. Some of, like, the high-level magics. Devastation Blast? I think that's new. I don't think that existed in the last one. I could be wrong, but I definitely didn't have it in the last one. I can tell you that. A Devastation Blast? What in the world? A Calamitous Blast? That is ridiculous. 21-15-8? I don't know. Okay. I have no idea what I want to do, so for now we're just gonna go talk to people. And then I'll have to figure it out at some point. Hey, Zin was saying something kind of cool earlier. He says this place is perfect for martial arts training. I might not be into the same combat style as him, but I'm not going to say no to a chance to get stronger. Say, you want to join me for some sparring later, Zin? Sure thing. I'm just mulling over all Celeste told us about Phantasma earlier. It's strange to think we've suddenly ended up in a world that's part of a higher plane of the universe. Thinking about it, this place is probably perfect for martial arts training. It's like being at the top of a tall mountain, isolated from the world. Yeah, it's sort of like that, I guess. Oh, Reese. So how are things going between you and the others? Getting along? Yeah, we are. We had the chance to get to know one another better while you were asleep. That's good, I guess. I fully expect you to keep your promise with me, however. If you dare break it, you're going without food for a week. Ouch. I'd rather you spared me that one. And we know how Reese feels about food. So that is saying something. Oh, Joshua? There's something that's kind of bugging me. Oh, right. I think I know what you must be talking about. Yeah. So, then you think one of the trials... Most likely, yes. I'm going to have to make sure I'm prepared. I don't know what they're talking about. I probably should, but I don't. That's how I feel in these games a lot. There's just so much to remember. I also keep taking huge breaks from playing it, which is not helping me whatsoever. I keep forgetting what's happening by the time I come back. This world really does make no sense. I mean, I'm pretty sure what Celeste is saying is the truth, but it all just seems so weird. Well, whatever. Guess there's no point in me worrying about it. I'll just try and help the princess here. I'm sorry, Gisette. I didn't mean to push my work onto you. Oh no, it's no big deal. It's not like I've got anything better to do right now. Oh, cool. Got all of the Doll Knight. I understood the gist of what Celeste was saying, but that doesn't really explain why there are all these books here. Especially so many of them. Something's not clicking with me. Oh, look at this weird one. Weird one. What's it called? From Fat to Fit. By Gilbert Stein. These bookcases really are weird. Really? A Gilbert reference? It's the first time I've seen that one. There's everybody else. I was gonna say, I'm still missing several people. I never imagined that would be the origin of the cube we've been reliant on all this time. At least now we understand how we came to be drawn in here. To a degree. Seems like the one directly responsible for that happening was the Lord of Phantasma, too. Can't wait to make them pay for what they've done. So, Father, how are you feeling now? Fine, thanks. Sorry about worrying you guys so much. Oh, don't be. I wasn't there to see you collapse, so I was simply curious how you were doing. Oh, that was sweet of you, Richard. I never would have imagined the very ghost who aided us all this time was an ancestor of the Laverlian royal family. Still, I can hardly imagine a more reassuring revelation. I'd like to think that with her help, we may be able to compete against the Lord of Phantasma after all. Hello, Kevin. Sure seems like you've got quite a lot on your mind. I won't force you to tell us everything, but given all that we've been caught up in this, given that we've all been caught up in this, I think it's fair to expect some kind of explanation. You'll get one, I promise. Hope you don't mind waiting a little bit longer. Oof. So you like plushies too, huh, Ren? We're gonna have to sit and talk about them later then. I need to find out just how much. Oh boy. Oh, Ren, we'll have to talk again later. I still want to finish our conversation from earlier. I'd be delighted. Whew, okay. How many do I have enough? 13. Still need 7 more. Oh boy. Okay. I know I have some doors too that I still need to open. We're currently caught up on moon doors, which is nice. Star door. That's the food one. Still need 7 more. Let's first overcome a trial. May the playful minstrel and his closest ally against the beast they seek to overcome. Obviously Olivier. I would guess his closest ally is Mueller, but I don't know if they're referencing something else specific and it's not Mueller to trick me. Which is possible. Ugh, that stupid arena, which I don't want to do. Oh yeah, present the card that governs fate, and then I picked that up so I can get to that door. So I still have a lot of doors. I need to mess with orbments and equipment and all that fun stuff. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do some of that stuff off stream, I think. I'll mess with my equipment and orbments and get my party all set up before I record the next video. And then we will, I think, just start right away with Plane 6. I don't think I want to do doors right this second. I will come back and do them later. I think I'm still missing a few doors too. I don't think I have them all unlocked yet. Yeah, I'm missing 1 moon door. Ooh, lots of star doors. 7 of those still. And a sun door. So yeah, I have not even found all of the doors yet. Oh, that's gonna be a lot. So eventually we'll do that too. This game gets kind of overwhelming sometimes. But anyway, we're gonna end this one right here. Like I said, the next one will start on Plane 6, I think, after I get my party situated. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. It was mostly just dialogue on this one, but we at least got a bit more of an explanation. Phantasma makes a bit more sense now. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. I hope you have a great day.